A day of routine digging on a farm in Michigan suddenly became a moment for the history books, when a farmer unearthed something truly shocking beneath his field. From ancient relics to unexpected treasures, the earth beneath our feet holds untold stories waiting to be discovered. In this discovery exploration, we enter the exciting world of the most surprising discoveries. Number 1. A farmer in Michigan was digging in one of his fields when he unearthed something shocking. While digging in a soybean field on his farm in southern Michigan, James Bristle and a friend of his made a discovery that astonished the scientific community. They initially thought they had found a simple bent fence post covered in mud, but it turned out to be part of the pelvis of an ancient woolly mammoth. This certainly made things more exciting for the men. James' 5-year-old grandson was left speechless in shock when he saw the huge bone. Not wanting to keep the discovery to himself, James quickly contacted the University of Michigan, and a team of paleontologists was quickly sent to investigate. As they excavated the site, the importance of James' find became clear. In addition to the pelvis, scientists unearthed a skull with 2 huge tusks, ribs, vertebrae in both scapulae of the mammoth. This remarkable creature is believed to have died thousands of years ago. Daniel Fisher, the lead scientist on the dig, suggested that early humans may have butchered it and stored the meat for later recovery. Although Michigan has produced remains of 30 other mammoths, James' find is the most complete. This just goes to show that you never know what treasures may be hidden on your property. Number 2. In 1998, electrical engineer John J. Williams stumbled upon a mysterious object during a hike in North America. What appeared to be an electrical connector was protruding from the ground. The strange thing was that it was far from any human settlement or industrial site. Digging further, John discovered a device with a triple plug embedded in solid granite, now known as the Petrix. John has kept the exact location of the discovery a secret from him, which has fueled skepticism about the possibility that the artifact is a hoax. However, he has offered the Petrix for analysis, although only a few researchers have accepted the offer. Geological analysis suggests that the rock surrounding the component is at least 100,000 years old, profoundly challenging our understanding of technological development. X-ray tests reveal an opaque internal structure, and the component itself shows no signs of having been glued or welded into the rock. It even exhibits weak magnetic properties and high impedance between the pins, similar to an XLR electronic connector. John believes that the Petrix is a genuine artifact of an ancient advanced civilization or possibly of extraterrestrial origin. Both theories are incredibly intriguing and exciting. John has made it clear that he is willing to allow researchers to authenticate the artifact, as long as the rock remains intact during analysis. If proven authentic, the Petrix could dramatically alter our understanding of human history and our technological capabilities. Number 3. Imagine losing a precious diamond ring while gardening, only to find it 13 years later on a carrot, of all things, while digging. This is exactly what happened to Mary Grahams, a woman from Alberta, Canada. She had kept the loss of her ring a secret from everyone except her son, feeling ashamed. Mary even bought a replacement ring to hide the loss. However, fate had a surprise prepared. Mary's daughter-in-law, Colleen Daly, found the ring while she was harvesting vegetables on the family farm. The carrot had grown through the ring, keeping it safe in the ground all those years. When Mary's son called her to tell her the news, she was elated. Reflecting on the incident, Mary wished she had told her late husband about her missing ring, believing he would have found it amusing. Now that she has her ring back, Mary plans to be more careful and has learned the lesson of keeping the ring in a safe place. Number 4. You might think that we have already discovered everything there is to know about ancient Egypt, but from time to time we continue to unearth mysterious finds. Recently, archaeologists in Alexandria, Egypt, discovered a huge black granite sarcophagus that had remained intact for 2,000 years. Speculation ranged from it containing the remains of Alexander the Great to harboring a deadly curse. Upon opening the sarcophagus, they revealed 3 skeletons submerged in red-brown sewer water that gave off a terrible stench. Initial attempts to lift the lid were thwarted by the overwhelming smell, forcing the team to ask military engineers for help to fully open the tomb. Inside they found 3 skeletons believed to belong to ancient Egyptian army officers. The bones were all that remained of the mummies, indicating a family burial. Mustafa Waziri, Secretary General of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, assured the public that no curse had been unleashed. Concerns about toxic fumes led to the site being cleared, although experts dismissed the notion of a mummy curse that could cause harm. Incredibly, the sarcophagus, which measures almost 2 meters high, approximately 3 meters long and weighs 27 tons, is the largest of its kind found intact, dating to the early Ptolemaic period, after the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC. Additional studies will attempt to determine the identities and circumstances of the individuals' deaths. Number 5. Imagine walking on the beach and stumbling upon something that could change your life. This became a reality for Ken Willman during a casual walk with his dog on Lancashire Beach. What attracted his dog's attention and, at first, repelled Ken because of his foul odor, turned out to be a yellow, waxy lump. Initially dismissing the smelly find, curiosity got the better of him. After returning home, a quick internet search revealed that this nasty lump was none other than whale vomit, also known as ambergris. To Ken's astonishment, he discovered that this substance was not simply a strange find on the beach, but a valuable wildcard prized by perfumeries throughout Europe. Produced in the digestive system of sperm whales, ambergris serves a crucial function. It protects the whale's intestines from the sharp beaks of squid, its main food source. Contrary to popular belief, ambergris is excreted rather than vomited and can float in the ocean for years before washing ashore. Ken's discovery was a pile of this floating gold, estimated to be worth a staggering $180,000. Ambergris is coveted for its ability to lock fragrances into the skin, making perfumes last longer. Number 6. A rotating cannon was discovered on an ordinary day on Dundee Beach, southwest of Darwin in Australia's Northern Territory. A teenager unearthed this cannon, a type of small cannon that experts believe had been resting under the sea for almost 2.5 centuries. This find is notable not only because of the age of the cannon, but because such weaponry was unknown in Australia before the arrival of Captain James Cook in 1770. The bronze cannon, measuring 107 centimeters in length, was revealed during a particularly low tide, hidden until then under the sand. This discovery has excited scientists and historians, including Tim Stone, an Australian researcher, who considers it one of the most important discoveries in northern Australia. Initially it was thought that the cannon could be from the 16th century, related to Portuguese sailors. However, recent analysis suggests it was lost about 250 years ago, possibly during the sandalwood trade. Indonesian traders used to visit Australian shores in search of sea cucumber. Another theory suggests that the cannon could be from an Indonesian ship wrecked in a storm. Research seeks to determine the type of bronze used to cast the cannon and hopes to provide a clearer understanding of its origin and precise age. Number 7. An unusual maritime incident caused quite a spectacle on the English coast in 2017 when huge plastic pipes washed up on the beaches of Norfolk. These were no ordinary tubes. They were enormous, with diameters of up to 8 feet and an incredible length of 1,500 feet. They came from a batch that was being shipped from Norway to Algeria for a large construction project. But this is where the story takes a turn worthy of a maritime adventure. A cargo ship collided with the tubes, setting them adrift across the sea. This accidental launch took the tubes on an unexpected journey, ending up scattered on beaches such as Seapawling and Winterton. Despite their overwhelming size, local authorities quickly assured the public that the tubes were safe and posed no contamination threat. They became an instant attraction. Even children used them as a huge and unexpected seaside park. The task of recovering these giant sea travelers involved a careful process. Each tube was first gathered off the coast and then transported back to Norway. The operation was successful, without a single problem, ensuring that the tube's journey ended as abruptly as it began and that the Norfolk coast returned to its usual state. Number 8. The oldest dinosaur in Africa. In 2017, scientists found the remains of a unique dinosaur, called Osaurus Re, in the Zambezi Valley. This small dinosaur, just 1 meter tall, lived about 230 million years ago in what is now Zimbabwe. Although they were unable to identify its species at the time, they later recognized it as part of the Sauroid species. The skeleton, dated to more than 200 million years ago, became the oldest dinosaur fossil in Africa. Today, the almost complete skeleton rests in a museum in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe, being one of the strangest recent finds. But it's not the strangest on the list. Number 9. The largest animal that ever existed. Researchers discovered in southern Peru in 2023 remains of huge vertebrae and ribs believed to belong to an extinct whale called Paracetus colossus. It is estimated that this whale weighed up to 340 metric tons, much more than a loaded Boeing 747 airliner. This new record surpasses blue whales, which were known as the heaviest animals. However, some scientists question whether it really weighed that much, as fossils cannot accurately predict the overall size of the animal. We hope that one day a complete skeleton will be found to better understand this amazing creature. Number 10. Walking around Australia, you would hardly want to encounter a creature so huge that kangaroos seem harmless in comparison. Throughout most of the Pleistocene period, which spanned from 1.6 million to 40,000 years ago, one could encounter a terrifying and enormously large creature in Australia known as the diprotodon. This quadruped had a short body, tail, and thick limbs that resembled trunks. The ancient marsupial was 2 meters tall and weighed more than 2.5 tons. It's hard to believe that a marsupial could weigh more than the average car, but previous findings suggest that Australia was once a land inhabited by strange and unique animals, including diprotodons. This ancient marsupial, 200 times larger than its modern relatives such as wombats and koalas, could have caused ecological problems due to its large appetite for leaves and shrubs. Although they were thought to be harmless, they lived in groups near water, avoiding hills because of their limited mobility. Although they were large, they were believed to be shy and avoided predators. Aboriginal people lived peacefully with them, but the species is now extinct, leaving only bones. Whether they hunted or preyed on humans remains a mystery. It is hoped that scientists will be able to answer these questions in the future. Number 11. In 2020, a team of paleontologists from Monash University in Melbourne carried out excavations that led to the discovery of some of the oldest fossils found in Australia. A surprising and somewhat unseemly find shocked scientists when they discovered a piece of amber with a rare composition. The most amazing thing was that the stone preserved mating flies, estimated to be about 40 million years old. Amber is a remarkable material capable of preserving organisms trapped inside. In Australia, amber is considered extremely rare, so the excavation results were surprising not only with the flies discovered, but also with thousands of pieces of stone hidden underground. In addition to flies, other well-preserved organisms were found in the amber, which will allow a better understanding of Australia's ecosystem and the study of the insects that lived there 40 million years ago. Number 12. Lizard is one of the first words that comes to mind when thinking about Australia. Locals find them almost every day, but not everyone manages to make a unique discovery. A rare species of lizard-like amphibian was discovered last year. Experts believe the identified creature inhabited Australia approximately 247 million years ago. In 1997, retired farmer Michael Matters found the fossilized remains of an amphibian while repairing a garden wall in New South Wales. After discovering the fossil, he contacted the Australian Museum in Sydney and transferred the find. Experts, led by paleontologist Lon Hart, studied the remains for more than 25 years to discover the truth behind the fossil. Fortunately, another well-preserved skeleton was found, allowing researchers to solve the mystery. Hart and other paleontologists suggest that the amphibian was about 1.5 meters long and resembled the Chinese giant salamander in head structure. This creature, called Maritime supinatus, was significantly larger than its modern descendants, as indicated by its ribs and soft tissues. This predatory amphibian is believed to have lived in freshwater lakes and streams in Sydney and belongs to the Tinospondylii family, known for surviving mass extinction events on Earth. This discovery is a valuable addition to Australia's paleontological chronicle, as only 3 fossils of the hardy amphibian family have previously been identified in the region. Number 13. When art and antiques collector Forrest Finn first revealed the existence of his treasure trove, the world wondered if it was all an ingenious ruse. Then, like something out of a mystery novel, the discovery unfolded at Red Mountain Pass near Silverton, Colorado. This remote 20-mile stretch of land had been inaccessible for a staggering 19 days due to the Herculean task of clearing 60 feet of snow. It was Denny Burfdunk, a dedicated snowplow operator, who made an extraordinary find while removing snow and debris. He discovered a worn chest with bright colors that said, "Finn's Treasure." He opened it to find 4 copies of a 1970s children's book called Golden Jewels, plus albums by Jewel, Joan Baez and Glenn Miller, along with a photo of Ruby Hunter. But the biggest surprise was a 1970 Neil Diamond live CD featuring a previously unreleased manuscript signed by Forrest Finn. This manuscript added mystery and depth to the treasure, revealing layers of history and meaning beneath the snow over time. Number 14. What could be more amazing than discovering a completely new ancient human species? In 2013, a team of explorers and scientists ventured into the dark chambers of a cave located in the cradle of humankind in South Africa. They found a remarkable collection of bones belonging to a new species of ancient human relative called Homo naledi. This humanoid species lived between 236,000 and 335,000 years ago, sharing the world with our ancestors. But naledi exhibits a puzzling mix of human and primitive characteristics that contradict previous assumptions about human evolution. Naledi had a small brain, similar to that of chimpanzees, but their hands and wrists suggest they could have used tools. They had bodies similar to modern humans, but with fingers curved like apes to climb trees. How they got to the deep caves is a mystery, as they had to pass through a narrow passage called the Passage of Death. We do not know if they fell there by accident, or if they were placed there by more advanced humans in a ritual manner. Anthropologists have no answers, and the origins of these ancient ancestors remain an enigma. Despite the unknowns, understanding its history could help us better understand human evolution in ancient times. Number 15. In 1990, a miner in Sierra Leone stumbled upon a highly anomalous stone, unlike any seen before. Angelo Petwan was exploring West Africa when he discovered a gem of a vibrant sky blue color. After performing carbon dating tests, it was determined that the curious rock fell to Earth between 11,000 and 18,000 years ago. But most notably, laboratory analysis revealed that the composition of the sky blue stone was pure oxygen. This oxygen-rich makeup comprised 77% of the gem, along with traces of carbon, silicon, calcium, and sodium. The sky blue stone is an enigma. Although it looks like it was made by humans, it was found in rock layers much older than any civilization. Scientists have studied it, but with limited samples, they don't know where it comes from or how it formed. Some think that an ancient civilization could have created it with unknown technology, while others believe that it could have formed naturally due to unknown geological processes. Its composition is very different from common terrestrial minerals. The discovery in an ancient rock layer suggests it existed before humans. Although it is beautiful, its origin will remain a mystery to humanity.